Hello and welcome to the first official video of my new channel. If you found me, that means that you have some level of interest in running your own Etsy shop with print on demand. My name is Mandy and I have been an Etsy seller since 2017. I started out in the handmade business world, and right now I still run that handmade business full-time in addition to operating multiple print on demand shops with Etsy, one of which is a newer shop and got over $80,000 in revenue in its first 6 months. My goal with this channel is to help anyone who's interested in running a print-on-demand business with Etsy achieve that goal. I believe that this information should be accessible to anyone who wants to give it a try, and that's why I started this channel, to be able to share that knowledge with you, share some of the tips and tricks and strategies that I've used to continue to operate successful print-on-demand businesses with Etsy. If you're new to print-on-demand, it essentially is a type of business model where you, as the seller and owner of a shop, come up with your own unique designs. You select from a menu of products like sweatshirts, t-shirts, phone cases, you name it. There's a whole variety of product options out there. You take your design, put it on a product, and then that printing partner will fulfill orders as they come in. So for example, when you use an Etsy shop, you have your listings on Etsy with your designed products from that printing partner. And then as soon as an order comes in, that order goes off to the printing partner. They fulfill it, ship it to your customer, mark it as shipped in Etsy for you, and that order is done. There's no inventory. There's no having to do any fulfillment or shipment of your own. You are essentially designing a product and then facilitating customer service if any sort of issues come up along the way. Now, I can tell you as a handmade business owner myself with 100% certainty that there are definitely some benefits to running a print-on-demand business. As a handmade business owner, I have extensive amounts of work that I do to make products, and then I do all of the listing and fulfillment and shipment and everything all by myself. I maintain inventory. I have to deal with that inventory at tax time, and there's just a whole process, as any handmade business owner will tell you, that goes into that process. Print on demand, as I said, on the flip side, there is zero fulfillment in that. It's what I call freedom from fulfillment. And because you're not carrying any inventory and having to put in that upfront huge investment on something that may or may not sell, there is significantly less risk involved. The drawbacks of print on demand: you do lose a little bit of control because someone else is handling your products that are getting shipped to your customer, as well as the shipping and all of that. And not all printing partners offer gift messages or customization of the packaging itself. So sometimes you are at the mercy of whatever they use for their packing material and packing slips and things like that. And you may or may not have an option to include gift notes or things like that that your customer might be asking you for. Now, does that mean you should or shouldn't go into the print-on-demand business? Well, that's up to you. If having control of the fulfillment and the packing materials and any of the branding that goes into your packing, if that is a deal breaker for you, or if you feel that for any business you want to run that you must have that, print on demand is probably not going to be your best option. And that's okay. It is not meant for everyone, and there is nothing wrong with that choice. However, if you're someone like me, where I don't have time to take on fulfillment of additional products because of my business that I already have, this freedom from fulfillment is ideal. I love to work with graphic design. I love to design products. Some of my products are my own artwork. I love that I can take that artwork and put it on really cool products like mugs or blankets, or again, you name it, it's probably out there for print on demand. And because I run a full-time business, I still get to do all the design part that I love, and it lets me work with a printing partner that will handle everything else. So I can still create these wonderful products and get them in the hands of the customers and audience that I want to, without having to worry about or carry inventory for all of those products. So if you've stuck around and you're still interested in print on demand, or you're curious, or maybe you're ready to dive right in, welcome. I am so glad that you're here on this new little channel. My goal is to have regular videos that include full tutorials on everything from the very beginning of setting up an Etsy shop, getting it connected to a printing partner, getting listings up, figuring out designs, figuring out search engine optimization and keywords for Etsy marketplaces. This is the channel for you. My goal is for you to have a one-stop shop with lots of resources and tutorials available for you to look at your own pace, so that you can feel encouraged and excited about being on the print on demand journey. I don't want this hidden behind a course paywall, because I think that this information and knowledge should be freely available to anyone who wants to give it a try without having to make that huge upfront investment. I have created, as part of this channel, a brand new Etsy shop from scratch, so you literally will get behind the scenes views of the entire process. Shop information won't be blurred out. You'll get to see exactly how it works. You'll get to see real designs for real products that I'm using for this shop, so that it can be as real and natural as possible, and not something hypothetical that feels like you can't do it, or feels like there's something hidden behind the scenes. I want to be completely transparent with this shop, so in order to do that, I wanted to start it from scratch so you can see the entire process. So I hope you'll subscribe and stick around for this journey so that we can walk through it together. For anyone that wants to stay a little more connected to the process or offer support for this channel, I do have a Patreon subscription set up. You can link that in the description. The other neat thing that I've done with my Patreon is there's an advanced membership that you can subscribe to within Patreon, and that will give you complete access to a private Google Drive that I have set up and I'm regularly adding to, as a library of resources, of guides and templates and other things like that that I have put together as part of this. Right now, there's a handful of items in there. Plan on adding to that initially, probably weekly, and then at a minimum, something new will get added every month to continue to maintain that value-added resource for you as you're on your print on demand journey. Again, not required, but if you're interested in having some of those resources, I encourage you to check those out. In the meantime, though, make sure you're subscribed, hit that notification bell so that you don't miss out on any upcoming videos. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you next time.